Then you have to hit go live on YouTube.
Okay, and what about now?
Go live.
Does it work?
Let me refresh. Nope, that's the old one. There we go. Okay, I think you're live.
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're live.
Okay,
cool.
So Justin, you can hear me as well, right?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Lovely, finally. Yes, so hello guys. Yeah, sorry for all this mess, but it's our first time here and yeah, we were trying to make things work. Finally we made it. Yeah, hello Justin.
Okay, I can't hear you on whereby. So I don't know if you have to switch your mic over to like another input, but
I'm just muting myself on whereby so that you can hear me from the live. Is that okay? Justin? Justin? Justin?
oh, sorry. What did you say?
Can you hear me? Are you with me? No, you can't.
Oh, sorry. What did you say? Can you hear me?
Ah, God.
I can't hear you in whereby, so you're muted. But
Yeah,
I can hear you
on
on
whereby,
stream.
it's okay. You can't hear me, but you can hear me from the live, right? From the stream. Yeah, this is not working. So, Justin, do you want to hear me from the whereby or from the stream? And on the whereby, no. Oh God. Justin, can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yes, I can hear you now.
Now, okay, finally. Yeah, so can you quickly...
And I'm pretty sure I can still hear you on stream too.
Okay, do you want to mute the stream?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it right now. Go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, I'm starting with you on my screen. How can I put the screen capture on the OBS? Because I had the desktop
So hit
capture,
the
but
plus.
yeah.
Yeah, so you want to hit display capture.
Display capture, yeah, but yeah. Why this is
And
empty?
hit OK. And then now, what does that even mean? What? There should definitely be your monitor there. Hit cancel. This is gonna be fun. Try window capture. See if you can capture window. If not, then I mean I'll probably just have to stream your screen,
So maybe have a scene or something.
which is fine.
No,
No,
not the scene.
No, it's not scene. It's gonna be it's gonna be this.
And what about the
It's
window
gonna be
capture?
source. So try window capture,
We have some. Okay.
and then hit that. So you can select. Yeah, you can select individual windows, which
all right.
sucks. But for right now, that's what you have to do.
Okay. Not this one. What is it? That's the OBS. Okay, cool. And okay, what can you see on the stream now?
There's always going to be a small delay, but yes, I can. I saw you changing the sources, yeah.
All right.
So if you want to put your webcam over it,
yeah,
you just have to you have to move it over on top of the layer.
All right. Like that, right?
There you go.
Lovely. Yeah, finally. Okay. Yeah, finally it works. So the question now is, where is my pointer on the screen?
Where's your what?
If you're on a Mac, I think you should change the settings
Oh, you know what?
on remote sharing. On remote sharing, okay. Yeah, Fanis, what do you mean? On remote sharing? Yeah, right now the problem we have is that I cannot share my screen properly because I see my desktop, but the windows on the desktop are not there.
Mm-hmm. What window are you capturing? Because you may be able to. Interesting.
Yeah, Fanis, if you're still with us, please explain what you mean, because this is probably what is missing from me. This remote sharing settings.
So click out of this and go back to that window capture that you had. Right click on that.
This one?
Right click on window capture and then go to properties. Yes. And then go to properties.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's click on the window. So we can select. You might want to select like your IDE as the window instead.
Yes, but the question is, where is the ID?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it doesn't list. Yeah, OBS on Mac is not the greatest.
So you're not using a Mac?
I am, but overall it's just not like it would be the same thing for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unbelievable. I don't know.
Okay, so let's do this. I will just go up live right now because I can see your screen and I can hear you and see you. Yeah, so I will just full screen your stream. So we can get going on it.
Yeah, I'll try to Google it.
Okay.
OBS not showing Windows, Mac. Yeah, I had to allow. Yeah. So can you see my screen? Can you see my stream again?
Not on Whereby.
No, on the YouTube.
I'm waiting for you to go back live on OBS. Oh, okay. Let me go back. I can see something. Yes.
That's cool. And
so I still see that same screen. Actually, let me just do it here.
Yeah. What about now?
Waiting for it to update. There you go. I see your screen. Yes.
Finally.
What up, Ben? How are you? All right. Here we go.
There we go. Yeah, so sorry guys, but yeah, when you do something for the first time, of course, everything will go wrong and against you. But yeah, we have a stream working now, and hopefully you can also see my screen. Yeah, we're doing this live for the first time with Justin, apparently, and we're going to try to build a full stack web application with you live. Yeah, maybe let's start with the introduction. I'm Dimitris and I work as a freelance web developer. It's been 7 years now that I'm working full time. And yeah, what about you, Justin?
So I am a aspiring developer.
Yeah, but I don't know if they can hear you
I
now.
work full time as an IT support. Oh shoot.
Yeah, they probably cannot hear you.
Oh, so go to your settings.
In OBS?
Go to your settings in OBS and hit audio. Yeah, and that's a whole other process for streaming desktop audio.
Okay, maybe we skip this part and you do the introduction like on the net.
No, they can hear me.
Yeah? What?
No, they said they can hear me. They said they can hear me.
Ah, they can hear you. Great.
They can hear me. They can hear me. We're good.
Lovely. So go
All
ahead.
right. So yeah. So my name's Justin. Yeah, they won't see me. I'm on a call, but
There he is.
so I work full time as an IT support. I don't work as a developer, but I'm aspiring to make my career change as one. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm working with Dimitri, and we're gonna make that thing hopefully happen soon.
Yeah, there he is. You probably have a problem with the latency.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Wi-Fi might be causing some latency.
Yeah. See, so guys, are we up and running? You can hear everything and you can see everything, right?
Yeah, so they can hear us both. All right, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I just have my stream pulled up just in case.
All right. So should we get things started?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Dropping down the bitrate on OBS.
So you can drop the bitrate, but I think YouTube wants to have at least like 5,000 bitrate. So we're just gonna go as is. He's on Wi-Fi, so he's gonna drop frames anyways, regardless of his bitrate. So we'll just as is. If need be, we'll switch up on the fly and do something. But let's just keep going.
Yeah, so let's get going. Yeah, we're going to build a small application today, like rather basic. This is the basic structure of what we're going to build. So we will going to have a PostgreSQL database with two tables, a user table and a tasks table. Then we're going to have an API, a Node API made with Nest and TypeScript. I'm going to provide through the API 3 endpoints to Justin, a login endpoint, a register endpoint, and the tasks endpoint, where he will be able to retrieve the tasks, add new tasks, and modify the status of their task. And then we will move on to Justin, to Justin's stream, where he will develop the front end, which is going to be a React application. Yeah, with some basic views, retrieving the data from my API. We're going to have a rather basic data structure. So a user model that consists of a username and a password. And this will be related to the task entity, which consists of a title, a description, and the done column. That's basically it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the tool I'm using to draw diagrams is called MindNode. I'm gonna write it on the chat. And yeah, it's a really useful tool because you can draw whatever kind of diagram you want. I use it really often to draw diagrams for my applications to to have a basic understanding of the entities that I'm going to put in the database or in the backend. Yeah, it's really laggy, but I don't know how can I fix this, guys. Sorry. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to develop this API with Nest. Nest is a Node.js framework, yeah, as well as Express and Apollo. If you want to build your own, you can, of course, choose the framework that you want. And yeah, so let's get going with the code. Yeah, so this is how I'm starting the Nest project. I make use of the Nest CLI, which, no, I'm going to use PostgreSQL. And yeah, so as I said, I'm using the Nest CLI to generate new projects because, you know, the Nest CLI is really convenient. It provides you with all the scaffolding that you might need in the project. So, for example, TypeScript, ESLint, Prettier, and the basic components like the app component and the basic configuration as well. If you want to take it out, I'm gonna move the Nest docs here. So the Nest framework provides you with some really nice and complete docs if you want to start a new project, or if you want to just have a look on it. Just go visit the nestjs.com website. I'm gonna drop it in the chat as well. Yeah, so as I said, we always start with the Nest new and the name of the project that we want to build. And as soon as we do that, let me open the project, Nest task list. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, here's the project that the Nest CLI generated for me. As I said, it has all the basic structure and all the basic dependencies as well. And yeah, here's the starting point of our project. Then what I already did is that I updated the README file, which of course contains all the commands for installing dependencies and running the application locally. Yeah, I also did some modifications here because I needed the development script, which is here. And the last thing that I did is that I added the folders of the domains in the source folder. So as we saw on the diagram, not this one, but this one, we're going to have a user entity and a task entity. My screen is cropped. All right, I can fix that. What about now? Okay, is the screen better now? I guess so, right? Yeah, so
yeah, that looks good.
Cool. Yeah, as I was saying, we're going to have the user and the task entities, and yeah, what I need to build is besides the entities, I need to build the endpoints. So we're going to have the tasks endpoint. So I'm going now to create the controller for the task. And so Yeah, then I'm going to need an entity as well. And so let's start adding things here. Yeah, so before I dive into coding, maybe I explain a few things about the connection to the database and how are we going to do it. So I don't want to mess up with creating tables and doing SQL queries right now. So I'm gonna use type ORM. Type ORM is an object relational mapping dependency that we can inject in our node project, and it will take the entities and it will create tables out of the entities for us. So you only have to actually define an entity on your node backend, and then it will translate the entity that you have defined in tables in the database, right? Yeah, now I will go and create a database actually. So this is the PostgreSQL. This is the PostgreSQL administration panel. And yeah, I have here my databases, and I'm going to create a new one here, database. Yeah, let's name it task list. DB, of course, this is my local system, so I don't have any security measures or anything. It's just a sample user named Postgres with password Postgres. So there we go. We have our database up and running on the PostgreSQL. Yeah, that might be the case as well. My internet is like really laggy these days. So yeah, as I said, we are going to use type ORM, and yeah, I'm going now to go back into IDEA and add the missing dependencies there. Which are the dependencies that I'm missing right now. Of course, yeah, I'm going to add the yarn add type ORM. No, it's a part of the Nest.js framework, so it's an Nest.js type ORM. Yeah. Yeah, so again, the type ORM module will take over in transmitting our entities to the database, creating the tables and the queries and everything. This will do the type ORM for us because we want to keep it simple. Yeah, I'm still not able to find the, I don't know if it has, yeah, come on, why? Let me import it manually, import. All right, yeah, of course, because I forgot so I installed the plugger of type ORM to Nest.js, but I forgot to install the main library. Scale the screen up. I can do this, I think. Yeah, the question is how. scale the screen up. Like changing the resolution or only increasing the font size? Resolution. Okay, I can do that. General displays and scaled. Okay, what about now?
I say go back to what you had before, Dimitri.
Okay.
Or well, you can keep it 720, or you need to drag the window to fit to screen now on OBS.
It looks better now?
Yeah, so click on the source on OBS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The window capture that we had, and then drag it out so that it fills the screen.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's better.
Looks better?
Yeah.
Better, okay. Yeah, again, sorry guys, it's the first time I do something like that, and it's the first time as well that I set up my Mac to do something like that, so yeah, many things to configure. Next time I hope it's gonna be smoother. Yeah, so no, I'm not in my screen, but why? Can you still see my screen?
Yeah, I can still see your screen.
All right. Cool. Yes, lovely. So yeah, here we go again. As I was saying, we're now creating the type ORM entity, and after that, I will make sure that type ORM can connect to my local database. So as we said, what we need for the users model, no, not this one, but the other one, the entities. Yes, I'm going to put a title, a description, and a done field in the entity. Let me close all the windows I have here. Yeah. So first things first, we need, of course, we need, because it's a database, we need an ID as well. we will use the annotation from Nest, which is called primary generated column from type ORM, and we will define an ID, which is a number. Yeah, important thing that I forgot to mention is that I'm writing TypeScript, and the main difference with JavaScript is that we also have here decorators. And I mean, in the code that you will see, we have decorators and we also have types. Yeah, guys, sorry, probably due to YouTube's restrictions. Yeah, I had no idea until today. Yeah, I move on. Then I want to create just a simple column on the database. Again, I'm importing the column decorator from type ORM, and this will be the title, which is going to be a string. Then we will create the column which will be used for the description, which again is a string, and then we are going to create the final column, which is the done field, and this is going to be a boolean. Right, and yeah, I think you saw it, but my code is being auto-formatted because I have configured Prettier. So yeah, the Prettier configuration is here. Yeah, if you want to find out more about Prettier, you can check the web development tips video that I have on my channel. Yeah, so we have our entity now, and yeah, I have to inject the type ORM module in my app module. I just have to quickly look it up to remind myself how I can do this. Yeah, so here we will use the type ORM type ORM module. Yeah, this is what we are going to import, and then we have to define the no, don't have to define it here. Yeah, we have to define the configuration that we want to pass in the type in the type ORM module. So of course the configuration can have many types. You can make configuration for PostgreSQL database, or you can make configuration for MongoDB. Yeah, depends on your personal preference. I'm gonna use a configuration for PostgreSQL, as we said, because I have already a PostgreSQL database locally, and yeah, I'm gonna create this configuration in a separate file so that the maintenance will be easier of the configuration. So I'm going to create the type, let's say type orm.config.ts. Yeah, I put this in the config folder. Yeah, and there, of course, I will need to set the URL that it will be connected to the database, the username, the password, and the database name. And so type ORM provides us with an interface for that, which is called type ORM module options already. The good thing with TypeScript is that you can already go inside here and see, like, these are the files from the top type ORM module, and you can already see in the interface what kind of fields you can pass into it, right? So temperature, delay, auto-load entities, and connection options. So yeah, I think the stream is really like here, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna just continue. Yeah, so we go back here, and yeah, we're going to define the type, which is PostgreSQL, I guess. No, it's Postgres. yeah, in the meanwhile, of course, I'm looking at the documentation of TypeORM, so because I can't know all of this by heart. Yeah, what else? We're going to need, of course, the host, which will be the local host, and I think HTTP local host for now, and the port of PostgreSQL is always 5432. This is what I have configured as well. Then we're going to define the username of the user that has access to the database. The username is Postgres for my local database, and the password is also Postgres. And the database that I created is called, I don't remember. It's here. So the database name is TaskList database, TaskListDB. That's just so on the documentation that the port is defined as a separate field, and this is 5452 here. It's a number. Postgres options. We have. So this is the interface that TypeORM provides you with, and that's how I'm able to just put the values in the configuration. And this is the Postgres connection options that TypeORM provides you with. And I have already set the type. And what is in here? Type. We'll also need the synchronize field so that the entity will be synchronized to the database. And that's pretty much it. So synchronize as well. True. So we have our configuration, and sorry, I just missed your questions, but I will go through them now. YouTube is probably just restricting the streaming. Don't know what to say. The entity. What is the entity? So as I said, our backend consists of two entities: the user entity and the task entity. Actually, the entity that I created is a class that defines the columns that our entity has. So we defined it as that's how we define it. As I said, it has a title, description, and done. Maybe I don't understand the question. What is resources do you use to learn Node, TypeScript, and MongoDB? To be honest, regarding Node, what resources did I use to learn Node? That's a good question. I think I learned, to be honest, I learned by doing. When I came to Hamburg and I joined the company that employs me right now, I like before that I had never worked with Node before, but we had to develop some Node.js APIs, and we started with Express back then, and I guess I just learned by my colleagues. That's the resources I used. And one colleague of mine is right now in the stream. I to be honest, I just used my colleagues to learn Node.js and TypeScript. Yeah, so back to the code. Yeah, we have the entity. I have configured the. I have set up the configuration as well. Well, yeah, where was it? Here. Yeah, so we have the configuration set up, and we have to import this in the type ORM module. So type ORM config. Yeah, my IDE imports this beautifully. So now the type ORM module is configured to be connected to my local database, hopefully. So let's try to start this thing. Start. This is the development script that I have. Yeah, of course there are some errors. Unable to connect the database. Ah, I forgot to install the PostgreSQL dependency. Okay, I can do that. Yarn add PostgreSQL. Let's see now. Not found. Interesting. Why? Ah, yeah, I know why. Because I have to remove the HTTP prefix. NestJS is smart enough to put it automatically. So once again, sweet. Yeah. So the NestJS application has started and it has been connected to the database. And from now on, whatever changes I do to the entities, it will update the database accordingly. And I think that we can also access it in the browser to see it running. Yeah, let's see if I can put. It's by default on port 3000, I guess. Yes, and this is the default get that you get from Node. So our Node API is up and running now. Material theme. Material theme, I don't like. Yeah, I mainly like the theme that I'm using right now. Yeah, so let's move on. We have started to create the entity, and I will now create the entity repository for the task. So the repository will be responsible for the main actions regarding the task. So like creating the task in the database and changing the status of it. Yeah, also retrieving the task from the database. The repository will contain the database, the logic related to the database. And yeah, we will. This is the entity repository. Yeah, which comes again from top type ORM. Yeah, we have to pass as a parameter the entity that we created before. Yeah, let's export the class now. The task repository class, which will be extending. So we want to make use of TypeScript features. So we will be extending the base repository class with the task entity. So extends repository from type ORM again, and we will pass in there the task, so that we have access to the columns, to the fields that we created before in the entity. Yeah, so the first action that we will create will be the create task function, yeah, so we will have to pass in the create task function, as we said, the title, the description, and the done. No, the done, we can skip the done, I guess. The done by default could be false. So we're going to create a data transfer object to transfer the data through the repo, and to have cleaner code as well, because I could of course put here, create an object and put inside like a title, description, and done. But let's use a data transfer object so that we have also cleaner code base. Yeah, I'm gonna name this the create task.dto data transfer object.ts, and this will be again this will be again an exported class, export class, create task dto. And the good thing with the structure that we created now, the good thing is that we can also use validation decorators, but I will skip this part for now. So again, what we want to pass as a data transfer object will be the title of the task and the description of the task. The done field should not be passed in the create task function, because we will set it by default to false. So we have the create task DTO now, and yeah, we can pass it in here, create task DTO as create task DTO. Yeah, and then we will have to do the function. We'll have to call the action to save task in the database. So we're going to create a new task. Task equals new task. We call the entity to create a new task, and we will set up the task.title to what we get from the data transfer object. We're going to set the description as well here. And we're going to set the done to false, because as I said, we want to have the done field set as false by default. And then we're going to call the save, task.save. Yeah, we're going to save the task. This is a function that is being provided by the base entity interface of type ORM. So this will be under the hood. This will do an insert in the database. Yeah, and of course we will receive a warning here, because this function returns a promise, and we're going to await for the promise to be resolved. Therefore, the method that we created has to be async. And yeah, maybe we also do some error cuts in here. We can put this in a try cuts. And yeah, let's cut some errors here. And yeah, what can we do here? Let's keep simple for now. Let's just console error, right? So here's what we have. We have created the create task method in our repository, which takes over of the database part of the action. The next step is to create a service to make use of this method, of this database method, and then we're going to put the endpoint in the controller. So let me quickly create a service, task.service.ts, and the service is a base structure of Nest and also of Angular. If you're familiar with Angular, this will look really similar to you. So we will no, the injectable decorator we have to use in the services in Nest as well as in Angular, and we will export the class, which is the task service. Yeah, this has to have a constructor which will take. So now we have to inject the method and the repository that we created before, and for that reason, Nest provides us with the inject repository decorator, which takes as a parameter a repository, and that's why we created the repository before. So we have a task repository here, and then we will create a local variable that we can use in the service, which will be the task repository, and will be a type of task repository as well. Yeah, so we have a constructor. We don't have to do anything with the constructor, and now we can create a method that will call the database method from the repo. So this will be again the create task method in the service, which again will receive the create task DTO, and which is a type create task DTO, and this is going to call await the task repository dot create task, and we have to pass the create task DTO in there. So you would ask me, why do we do this? Why do we have to create the service and have this extra layer between the repo and the controller? This is because most of the times you will also have to put some business logic in here, and we don't want to mess up what happens with in the database with what happens in the services. Like for example, you might have a date field in the database which comes from the current date, and you have to get the current timestamp. I would put the code to get the current timestamp in here and pass it through the DTO into the repository. But yeah, right now it's rather simple. I just want to use the structure that I also use at my production APIs. And this is the structure that I'm using. I have the repository, which is responsible for the database actions. I have a service, which is responsible for the business logic, like that does all the modifications of the data before passing it in the database, and also I have the controller. And now let's move on to the controller, which will provide the endpoint. The controller is also a defined structure by Nest.js. Yeah, we have to use the controller annotation, which comes from Nest.js. And the controller annotation takes as a parameter the name of the endpoint that we're going to use. And for us, the name of the endpoint is tasks. So we want to have all the actions under the /tasks endpoint in our API. Therefore, we pass tasks as a parameter in there, and then we have to, of course, export the class, which is the task controller. And I don't know if you have any questions in the meanwhile. Yeah, thank you so much, Toby, for taking over the questions part. XTJ is my colleague that I was telling you about. Yeah, what else do we have here? You could create a BTO class for the annotations and be your entity object as well. Yeah, of course, I could, but yeah, we want to have the structure, the code structured in small pieces. We don't have to have like all the logic within one file, right? So that's why we create the structure. We want to separate the database logic from the business logic and the controller logic. And what else do we have here? Nest is actually the spring of Node.js. Yeah, you could say so. and that's why I really like it. It's like, I think it's the most beautifully structured Node.js framework right now. Because I worked with Express, I worked with Apollo, and yeah, Nest is the last framework that I got to try. And in my opinion, Nest right now is the most beautifully structured Node.js framework. So let's move on with the controller. Yeah, so we have defined the controller, we have defined the endpoint, and we want to create a post method on the tasks endpoint in order to create the tasks. And we are going to use again, sorry. First of all, of course, we have to define the constructor and inject the task service, which is of course of type task service. Then we will define a post method, and we can use the annotation, the decorator of Nest for that. Yeah, I'm using many decorators right now and things from Nest. If you want to use Nest and you like the code that you see, I would strongly recommend you to check out the official docs of Nest, because you will find everything there. Everything you need. They have examples, they have guides, how to build APIs and so on. They have everything in there. Please go check it out. I think I have already posted the link. Yeah, it's like, I will post it again in the channel, nest.js.com. Yeah, just go check it out. So, yeah, exactly. Nest is a framework like Express. It's just a Node.js framework. Nothing special. Yeah, it's like Express on steroids. Exactly. Yeah. So let's create our method, which is the create task, I guess. Yeah, create task. Yeah, and we want to use the body that we will get from the post method in order to create the task. And Nest provides us with another annotation for that. That's how we can get the body. And we have already defined the data transfer object for the body that we want, so we can make use of that. So we're going to use the create task DTO. Right? And then after that, we don't need anything else actually. After that, we can call the function of we can return the function of the service actually. Dot task service dot create task, and pass the create task DTO as a parameter, right? Yeah, beautiful. So next step is that, of course, I have created the task folder here, and I have some files, but all these files are not imported into the app module. And of course, I could go in here and import like the controller here or the service in here, but we want to build scalable code and well-structured. So I'm going to create another module here, which will be the task module, .ts. Yeah, a few words about modules. If any of you is familiar with Angular, will recognize the structure of the modules. Actually, what the module does, like, includes some files, the service, for example, here in Nest, the service, the controller, and the repo, and it makes it reusable. So you can import this module in the app module, but also in other modules you want. And that's why I'm going to create a module right now, and I'm going to get the Nest.js snippet that I have here for the module, which is here. Yeah, so we import the module annotation from Nest. We will export. The class which is named task module, of course. Yeah, and then in the module annotation, we have to pass as parameters all the individual modules that we want. Yeah, guys, sorry for the quality of the stream. Yeah, I'm also receiving warnings from YouTube. Yes, Fanny, that's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue, guys. Sorry for the quality of the stream. I didn't know that we have these restrictions. Um, so yeah, I will define the imports. What we want to import here. Yeah, and the import is an array, and we will have to import here the type or ORM module, and we will have to parameter. So sorry. Before in the app module, we use the for root function, which takes as parameter the database options. But now we're going to use the for feature, which is made for individual modules. And here we're going to pass inside the task repository. Maybe. Or it needs an array. Yeah, it needs an array. Yeah, after that, no. The imports, this is the only import we need, and after that we will have to define the controller. The controller is the task controller that we have just built. Then we have providers, for example, the task service. Yeah, of course, these are arrays. Yeah, we export the module set. Yeah, I think I only have to import the module, the app module now. Yeah, let's see what's wrong here. No metadata for task. Why? Let's try again. Oh, metadata. I don't get it. What am I missing here? We have a repository and look at that, look at data. I don't get it. We have imports, we have controllers, we have providers. What's your problem, Nest? Our entity looks fine as well. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, here we extend the repo with the task. Into the repository. Yeah, and here we have the controller, post method create task, which is being returned. Import task, yeah, where? No metadata for task. So the metadata, it's, I guess it means the entity metadata not found. The entity metadata. What kind of metadata is it want here? Investment. Ah, okay, I know. Yeah, of course, because I forgot to. So we have to somehow let type ORM know how it's going to take the entities and transform it into database tables. And I have forgotten to give this information to type ORM. So here we need to have an entities field in the configuration. Yeah, I will quickly stop the execution because this will not work. I have to define an entities field here, and this will take as a parameter an array. It takes as parameter an array of paths, so you can put inside many different paths, but we know we have only one path, and this is defined as this. Yeah, and for us it's only yes. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But probably need JS as well, because as long as the production build is being done on the server, when we're going to deploy this on the server, we probably need to scan the JavaScript generated files from TypeScript. Yeah, of course, TypeScript is always being compiled into JavaScript files. In the end, what runs on the Node runtime is JavaScript. We might write TypeScript, but in the end, what runs on the Node runner or the browser is JavaScript. So now we also have defined how type ORM can retrieve the entities. And yeah, this should match now. And let's try once again. Yes, this looks way better. Yeah, let us try what we created. I'm gonna open Postman. I use Postman to do like sample requests to APIs that I have. Sorry. Yeah, so yeah, of course I have here all my services, but yeah, let's create a new request here, which is post, and we will go to the local host, to port 3000, where our Nest API is running, to the tasks endpoint. You remember we created the tasks endpoint on the controller, and I will pass in the body. This would be, yeah, formal coded. So I'm going to pass title, let's say test, and description. Let's say test, and yeah, I guess that's it. Let's give it a try. Yeah, we get nothing. because I think I don't return anything, but we should be able to see it in the database. Let's refresh here. Schemas, tables, we have a task, and let's view the data. Yes, here's our task. It has been inserted in the database. Yeah, but even if this works, this will not be really helpful for Justin, because Justin will probably, besides the response status, will need the task here task here as well. So let's go and return it, and we have to go in the task service, and what do we have to do here? And yeah, of course, I forgot to return the method, the result of the method. And here, yeah, here I'm logging the error that I get, but Justin will get nothing from me right now. So I will just throw, what should I throw? A new internal server error exception. Yeah. So Nest.js provides us also with pre-built classes for exceptions, and I guess that this should be an internal server error exceptions, because yeah, if the database save will not be possible, yeah, something will be wrong with our server. So yeah, this will be restarted automatically, and let's go see what we have now. Test 2. Test 2 as well, and we get nothing. Lovely. I guess I'm missing something. So task service. So I return the function from here, and I return also the function from here. And why doesn't it? Yeah, of course, because I probably don't return the task. Yeah, here, return task. And let's see now. Yes, this looks way better. So we have the data of our new task created here, and the title, description, done, everything. And they should also be available in the database. Let's check the PostgreSQL task. Let's see the data. Yes, we have everything here. So the create task works. Let's create the get task method. Do we have any questions here? Import task, thanks. Yes, Giorgo. Welcome, Domenico. And we work with TypeScript. Yes, we work with TypeScript and Nest. Yeah, I'm gonna post what I did as a repo right after the stream. So we have the post method is working. We can see the task in the database. Let's move on to the fetch method. So we want to have a get method. We want to have a get method that will return all the tasks, actually. And yeah, I say we start from the task repository and we go and create a new method called get tasks. Tasks, I don't think we need any parameters. We could use a filter, but yeah, right now I think we can just load all of them. Yeah, I think we can just do this. We can declare const tasks, and then dot task dot get All, I guess. Yeah, we have to wait for it. No, it's not get all. What's the name of it? So we have what available methods we have. We have save, remove, reload, get ID. Yeah, let's look for get repo, get target, has get ID. So how can I get all of them? Find. Yeah, we could use find one, find or fail, query, clear. Let's use find. What's wrong here? Tasks. Of course. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I missed the uppercase letter here. Yeah, so we are waiting for the promise to be resolved. So this should be an async function as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Should we also introduce a filter in here? Yeah, maybe we just introduce a filter so that you can get the tasks by passing a filter. Or no, let's just keep it as it is. We just load all of them. So let's do some error handling here. Come on. We use the good old try-catch and yeah, let's do the same. So we console error the error that we get if we get any, and otherwise we return the tasks. And I guess that's pretty much it for the database logic. That's how we can get all the tasks. Do we have any questions for now? No, not yet. Okay, so we have the database method to fetch all the tasks. Let's go create the service method. And this will be the async get tasks, which we don't need any parameters here, and now we will return the get tasks. Yeah, we do this return chain from the repo up to the controller because we want to transfer the result to the response that the user will get. And let's go to the controller. Now we want to create a method get, let's name it get tasks. Yeah, here we don't need the body, and we will return the task service the get task method. Yeah, this would be it. So yeah, as we can see here, we have a mapped post method and a mapped get method. So let's go give it a try. Let's keep it here and create a new request. Yeah, we want to do a get at the tasks endpoint. So let's give it a try. And here we go. We have the tasks from the database. So Justin should be able now to use this endpoint, of course, as soon as I deploy the API, but he will be able to use this endpoint to fetch the tasks and project them on his frontend. We can create tasks, we can fetch tasks, and we should create another method for updating the done field of the task. And yeah, please use English. That would be better. Thank you. yeah, George is asking us if TypeScript is faster and better. Yeah, the thing is that you cannot use Nest with JavaScript. Nest explicitly supports TypeScript. But of course, you can develop your own Node API with Express if you want to. I'm using TypeScript because it makes the code way more readable and scalable and maintainable because you have the types and yeah. So let's move on. As I said, we have the post method to create the task, we have the get method to fetch all the tasks, and now Justin would also need a method to update the done field on the task. So if a task gets done, you should use this field. I guess we can use a put method for this. But first, let's create the database logic. So we go back to, for the database logic, we go back to our repo. And what we want to do here in the database, in the repo, with the more enoughness. Why are you angry, my friend? Yeah. Anyway, so I want to create the methods for the updating a task, the status of the task, and we can do this by we will start with database logic. So update task, which will get. Now we cannot use the data transfer object that we created for the creation of the task because we will need to pass the done field. So I would say the update task, we would need I think the task ID, and because we need to find the task first and then update it. So we would need the task ID as a parameter and the value of the done field. So if we want to say the true or false. So we should pass a number, an ID, which is a number here, and the done, the new value of the done field, and then we have to find the task first. So task dot find. I think we also have a function with the ID directly get. How is it named? No, we're going to use the find one method. Find one. Wait, I saw something with ID here. Find by IDs, but no, I think the one is better because one will only bring us one result, and this is what we want. And we will pass in the find one. We will pass. I think it gets a where? Where? Probably. The where gets the the where gets the condition, and we need the condition to be the ID of the task that we will find to match the ID that will pass in the function, and we can do ID ID like that, and this will be fine. But in modern ECMAScript versions, we can also do this. We can skip the second ID. So yeah, now we got the task. We fetched the task from the corresponding ID from the database, and we want to update it. So we will do the task done. Yeah, I forgot the interface here to have auto-completion task. Yeah, our task is a task. And what's wrong here? Of course, I have to await here. Yeah, I have to await because it's an asynchronous call with database, and we have to make this function async. Yeah, so again, what we're doing here is that we are doing a select query at the PostgreSQL database, and we're passing the ID in the query, and we get only one task that matches this specific ID. And then we want to, we have assigned the result into an object, which is called task. We will set the value done on the object with what we get in the function. Exactly. And then we will have to save the task. I will just copy and paste this code from here. Exactly. Update task. Yeah. I hope you don't have any questions. No questions. Okay. And so we have the update task method here, set it up. Let's forward this to, yeah, we also return the updated task here, which is nice. Let's move on to the service. Yeah, so again, we have an async method which is called update task. And again, it will take as parameters the ID and the new value of the done field, and then we will call the, I think I can even skip a wait here. We'll call the task repository dot update task, and we will just pass on the parameters done. Yeah, and I think this is, I've made it here because we already do the awaits in the record. Yeah, that's fine now. We also have the service method, and let's create the endpoint, the controller. So as I said, this will be a put method because we update something, and when we update something, the proper method uses put. Put is just a regular HTTP method like get and post. We will name this update task. And we will probably need a body here. I guess the body is the same with the post method. Let me quickly double check this. And what do we have here? Yeah, so we have exactly like in the post method, we will have a body. But this time the body only contains the done field. Done, which is no, it's done field. Yeah, that's it. And then we have to call the service, that service dot update. Yeah, what I did here is that I destructure the body in order to retrieve the done field from the body, but so that we will pass an object in the body, and the done will be the field will be a field of the body. Yeah, we call the update task, and we need here, what do we need? We also need the ID. Yeah, so the ID. Let's pass the ID as a parameter. So we should be able to use the endpoint tasks slash task ID slash let's say done, and I have to define this one as well here. So the path of this specific request should contain the ID of the task, and yeah, maybe should end with done. Yeah, why not? Because we update the done field. So let's use the param decorator from Nest.js again, which will fetch the parameters from the request, and yeah, we can use the properties called ID as I defined it here on the URL. Yeah, the ID, and then we have to export the property, and then I can define the variable. So we have an ID which is, yeah, now it will be a string because it comes from the URL. So let's just I have set this as a number here, right? Yeah, I have set this as a number. That's where we can use the service. So we can use the service, the layer of the service that we have to transform the ID from a string to a number so that it can be compatible with the database. So we put this as a string here. Yeah, TypeScript will throw an error here already. But now we can pass the parameter in here and also the done from the body, right? And we can just return. Yeah, that's great. And then we go to the service, and we will use the service layer finally for something, and we will let's name this transformed ID, which is a number. And I think that then we can just use the parseInt function from JavaScript. This is the default JavaScript function, and pass in the string. And then instead of the string ID, let's pass the number ID, transformed ID. Yeah, and this should work now. So let's see what Nest did. Yeah, it mapped the method as a put method. Let's give it a try. So we have our tasks. Let's take our first task, which is not done, and create a new request. This will be a put method. Yeah, let's just copy the URL from here. So now we will pass the task ID as a parameter here, and we also need the done suffix. And then in the body, we will set done to true. Yeah, let's give it a try. And it worked. That was fast. Let's just change the ID. This worked as well. Let's set this as false. This worked as well. That was fast. Let's fetch them all together, and yeah, that was too good to be true. Okay, so it turns out that something's wrong with the database. Let's go on the database logic. Let's just go to the console, a good old console, task. Let's see what we have. This one. So we send here the request, and we get false, which is right, and then we set true. We send again. We get true. So something is wrong here. And save function probably. Interesting. Why? Maybe there is some problem with the Yeah, Toby, thank you so much for answering questions in the chat. Yeah, really thank you for that. What kind of questions do we have here? Why use an update instead of a put? Custom what? Nicholas, why use an update? What is an update? Do we have an update method in HTTP? I don't think so. Patch. Yeah, of course, we can use a patch as well. Yeah, okay. There is no update method, but we can also make it a path. And yeah, let's make it. Why not? Actually, that's a good point. So let's use the paths instead. Yeah, and the nest is simple as like only changing an annotation. So we can have a path, but I guess that we will still have the issue that the database is not being updated, and I don't understand why. Let me just try something. So we go in the repo. Maybe there is a problem with the Boolean type of TypeScript. Just let me try to do something. Let's do the string. And yeah, go in the entity again and change this and make this a string. Because I think we need some typecasting here. Yeah, and then we go back here. Yeah, this is all right, I guess. And we have to change this to false. And then go in the task service. And yeah, so here, let's transform the done, which will be string. Then I think you can just really dot something. Can I use it? Done dot to value of. Don't have a function to cast. Yeah, let me quickly look this up. Boolean to string. Yeah, okay, I can anyway do it manually. So we have a boolean, and if it's true, then we pass true as a string, and otherwise we pass false. So we don't need this line at all. Yeah, so this now should pass a string in the database. Let's see if this will then contains new values. Yeah, the problem now is that when you change the type of the column of an entity, you have to drop the table and PostgreSQL. This is something that you have to do. Let's go back to PostgreSQL. That's why we work locally on the database, because we need to be flexible and do quick changes. So task, yeah, let's stop this now. Pg admin, and let's drop it. Yeah, okay. So let's start once again. So now next we will try to recreate the table on the PostgreSQL with the updated field. So the business has been started. Let's go to Postman. And yeah, try once again to get it. Should be empty now. It's empty. All right. So let's create a basic task. Okay, we received it done as a string now. And now let's go to the put method. And what was the ID again? 1. So the ID is 1. And let's send. We have changed the method to paths according to Nicolas. Let's give try. We receive true here. And we received true here. Okay, so that was it. It was a problem of casting types and types. So we also have the update method. Justin, what else would you need?
I don't. Let's see.
So we have a method to fetch all the tasks.
That looks about it, honestly, as far as the post.
Yeah. So we have a method, a get method that you can get all the tasks. We have a post method that you can create new tasks, and you have a path to update the status of the task. Maybe I will create for you quickly a delete method as well, so that you can.
I mean that.
So, a delete method so that you can delete tasks as well. What do you think?
I have one. I don't know if it's gonna work. Do I need to? Oh, because I'm fetching for data. Yeah, I mean, if you want, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I will also provide you a delete method so that you can delete tasks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem, Nicholas, but thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, so let's quickly create a delete method as well. Yeah, I think we also wanted to do an authorization part, but yeah, I think we don't have much for that. Let's keep it simple for now, and we will do the authorization part as a next episode. Right, Justin?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So we go back to the repo, and we want to delete now. We want to delete the task. So let's quickly create the delete task method, which will only need an ID actually, and so I think we can just try to task dot delete, yeah, and then it takes us criteria. Criteria string or number. Okay, interesting. So let's just try to pass the ID here. Yeah, I think this would work actually. Let's put some error handling as well. And yeah, let's just do the same. Let's keep it simple for now. And what else? What else? Yeah, of course we have to await. And make this method async as well. And that should be it. Yeah, and the delete method, I don't think we want to return anything actually. So we have the delete task method on the database logic layer, and now let's create the service method for that. So delete task, which will get an ID. Yeah, again we have to do this manual casting from string to number because we will get it as a parameter again. So here is the string. It comes as string from the URL parameters, and yeah, let's just quickly transform it into a number, and and then we want to return this task repository, the delete method that it has created, and we will pass the transform ID as a number. So we have our service method as well, and this has created the controller endpoint. Delete method, which will just contain the task ID, and delete task method in the controller. Again, we're going to get the ID parameter. And yeah, we don't have a body here, and we will return the service method again. Delete task, let's pass the ID in there. Task service dot return, of course, not return, return. Exactly. Let's wait for the compilation. And yeah, now it should work. Let's see. So we have the post, the get, and the pass method, and let's try to delete the task with the endpoint. Yeah, let's just quickly copy the URL from here. So task 1, we will send a delete method, and let's see. Yeah, we get a 200 back, no errors, and yeah, so it was successfully deleted. Yeah, so Justin, I guess that's it from my side. We have the post method to create the task, we have the get method to fetch task, we have the patch method to update the status, and the delete method to delete the task.
Okay.
Right?
I think that should be it. Yeah, that should be it for as far as the tasks go, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna quickly deploy this in a public URL, but I would suggest
Okay.
let's pass on to your stream and work on the front-end part in parallel.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good?
So then, yeah, if you guys want to head over to my side.
Yeah, we'll head over to Justin's channel. Do you have any questions so far regarding what we built? If you have any questions regarding the backend side, now is your chance.
From me?
Yeah, from you as well.
I mean, it should be pretty straightforward. If I have questions, they'll pop up while I'm working on it for sure.
All right. Anybody from the chat? Questions? I guess no. So thank you guys. We move on to Justin.
All right, so I'll let people funnel in.
Yeah, so I'm ending the stream now. Thank you guys for being here, and see you at Justin's channel.
Yep.